Hello everyone and welcome to another new mech video from myself, Critical Rocket. We're looking at February 2018's new edition, the Black Lanner, which is a clan Omni-Mech at 55 ton. You can see it here in the mech lab. Virtually no changes are made. This is the prime version that comes with an ER large, 2 ER mediums, a SRM6 and the LRM10. Main drawbacks you'll see immediately there is that the missiles have extremely limited ammunition. Not so much for the SRM as a problem due to the rate of fire, but the LRM10 is going to run out very, very quickly. One of the many drawbacks, obviously, of the tabletop designs transferring over to MechWarrior Online and not really being all that efficient by comparison. Obviously, a single ton of reloads in tabletop is more than enough rounds to do you damage, but in a MechWarrior Online you'll go for a ton of ammunition in a couple of minutes if targets are plenty. So this is a mask-enabled 55 tonner. Keep that in mind, that's for every single variant out there, which means it can actually reach quite a good speed, 150 or 151 kph as its maximum in short bursts, and its standard running speed I think is 113 kph because it has an XL385 in it, which is a huge amount of the mech's weight. Again, going back to its tabletop roots, the idea is that it was supposed to be able to quickly reposition as a fire support unit. This is not the kind of mech that's supposed to go toe-to-toe with other mechs. It's meant to kind of work a bit like the Hunchback was, as in it was deployed to use its ranged weaponry and then it would march in and deliver the killing blow while the other faster mechs would move off to the next targets to harass and spot for heavier targets. So its weapons sort of reflect that role as a default, but this means that the mech comes with 3 energy hardpoints and 2 missile hardpoints. Outside of that, it's not really that impressive hardpoint wise, and having a look at it on Smurfy, it doesn't fare much better, unfortunately. It's as far as the prime is concerned, it doesn't have a hell of a lot to really sell it. Even the fact that only 2 variants of the mech come with ECM, the ECM is actually head mounted, so if you buy the head Omnipod, you can pretty much turn any of the Black Lanners into ECM capable mechs, and that's definitely something you should do, because it has a relatively small amount of armour for its weight as well. It's definitely one of those scoot and shoot type designs that the clans are quite fond of, with their heavy emphasis on doing a lot of burn damage with energy weapons and then moving off to another target, and the ECM will definitely help you out with that. Visually, I don't mind the design. It's alright. The head and CT immediately reminded me of the Ebon Jaguar, or Cauldron-born, as the true fans know it. The Cauldron-born in this seem to share a lot of similarities physically, which is not intentional, I don't think, because this is a mech that was built by Jade Falcon and thus has no impact on anything to do with Smoke Jaguar's own mechs. I think that may have just possibly been a slightly lazy, I don't know if that's slightly lazy mark by the modelers here, I don't know, I can't really speak for it, but there is a very strong similarity between the two if you look at them side by side. One of the upshots of its positioning is that the mech has very high mounted arms, so if you do decide to take it as a snipey build, similar to Shadow Cats, those kind of things, it's going to be good for that kind of play. And as I said, the speed definitely allows you to move away very quickly, so you can avoid a lot of the return fire that comes your way. Now, in this video I don't think I do a particularly large amount of damage, but I think it highlights the mech's role in that it's meant to cover the friendlies in MechWarrior's battlefields, and then it's supposed to just support them. So I definitely would play it as a fire support mech and not try to take it out to be a hunter-killer like some of the other much better equipped mediums that the clans have available to you. You're looking at the likes of the Nova and even the Stormcrow are 2 very, very good and capable medium mechs that have far more energy hardpoints anyway compared to the Black Lanner. So this is definitely a mech that I'm not sure how much use it get out of scouting. Might work better in faction play as something that can maybe cover the team as they move up to a gate, and in pub play definitely something that just it's a nice spot filler to work as a ECM capable mech, but that's about it. You may have seen the screen jerk around a bit there. That's because of the time of day transition, which always causes a slight frame hitch and then it goes normal, and that's why we're in enhanced imagining, or night vision as it's come to be known. What else to say about it? The animations are okay, nothing really to write home about with the running animations. The cockpit is extremely cramped. When I look down at the beginning you can see just how close to the actual cockpit glass the pilot is, so really good field of view though. which is useful, especially for those of you who like to tweak your FOV in game to see all the targets as they're moving around, get as much information visually as possible. This mech's got a nice cockpit for that. Outside of that, though, I don't really know what it is that sells this mech. Other variants of it are better. The hero is certainly decked out for you to drop real money on for them to buy it, because it's got tons of hardpoints compared, ballistic missile and energy. Whereas this is kind of low on them. There's the C variant that has 6 energy and a single missile hardpoint, which is probably if you want one that will get you kills, that might be more in your kind of zone of play, so to speak. It has a huge amount of heat issues, regardless of what version you take. The heat problems that this mech suffers are horrendous. The A variant, I mean, I'm talking about the standard pack here because I don't have the reinforcements pack that comes with the D and the E. The B variant, by the way, if you're interested, is a dual LRM-20 version of the mech, and it's just been completely left out. I'm not quite sure why. I think that would have actually played to some players' personal strengths, because ATMs are so popular in MechWarrior Online currently for clan players. A mech that, let's face it, hardpoint inflation from PGI. I mean, they could have given it 4 missile hardpoints and that would have just kept people happy, just like 4 ATM 6s or 3s or whatever they want to do with it, and run around like that. But no, the B was left out. So you've got the Echo, I think, is the ballistics variant, and the Delta is kind of a mix again of missile and energy. As I said, it feels very generic compared to the only other 55-ton clan mech that we have, which is the Stormcrow. It doesn't really stack up. It's not as well equipped, it's not as well armoured, it's faster, and it has ECM. There's other clan mechs that I think do that job anyway under the ECM mark. It looks pretty, but I don't know, it feels, I don't know, it just feels kind of meh. It's not bad, and I'm sure plenty of people will find a real nice niche to play, but it doesn't really feel that astounding either. It's just, it's there if you want it. So I'd really only recommend picking this up if you like me, you want to have everything, every mech, at least one of every single mech, Pokemon that shit, and you know, gotta collect them all. Outside of that, yeah, it's tough. It's tough to say. I wouldn't really want to recommend this because it doesn't jump out. It doesn't grab me as something that's fun to play. But at the same time, it's not bad. It's just there. I don't know whether that's just a case now of there's been so many mechs added, there's very little that you can do that really makes any of them feel particularly fresh now. You're just adding mechs for mechs addition's sake. Maybe this is a point where PGI should take up to June of new mechs and then decide we're going to focus on features and maps. I don't know, because we're not hurting for mechs, let's face it. As much as I'd like to see things like the Thug and Battle Cobra and the Kraken and Charger and mechs like that, we're not really short of battle mechs. So, I don't know. Make what you will of it. As I said, it's not terrible. I wouldn't personally recommend dropping $20 on it yet. Probably worth picking up for C-bills when it does come out. I'll definitely be coming back to the reinforcement variants when they're available for C-bills, and they'll be added retroactively to the chassis series vids, but that'll probably be the next time I really put any serious time into playing it. So other than that, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!